Hello everyone, it's Jamal Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. So the president of France, Macron, he's traveling through Africa in this kind of African-European tour of sorts. He's talking to this, I guess, the former colonies of France. The nasty, disgusting past of colonialization set off by Europeans. Macron, in having a conversation, he was being asked questions, and Macron gets angry and upset that they're asking him difficult questions. I want to take a look at the questions first. Let's take a look at the article, because there's a part of this that I find to be absolutely amazing. Who are the traffickers? They're Africans. Macron loses his cool at primi facie question and answer. He lost his cool. On a 4-day trip to promote a reset in relations between his country and Africa, French President Emmanuel Macron lost his temper when discussing human trafficking. Macron's whistle-stop tour in African nations will see him meet leaders in former French colonies Burkina Faso and Ivory Coast, as well as former British colonies Ghana. The visit has been pitched as a political bridge-building exercise. Touching on French colonial past, Macron told delegates at the University of, Ouagadougou, that's a try, I went for it, on Tuesday, that the crimes of European colonization are indisputable. On reports of slave auctions in Libya, Macron proposed a joint Euro-African initiative to eradicate people smuggling. However, a highly animated Macron left his audience of students in a little doubt that the problem should be tackled by local authorities. Well, why is that? Let's see. Let's pull this back up. Damn it, where are you? There we are. In Libya, we're engaged in diplomatic relations to find a political solution, he said. Raising his voice, Macron implied that Africans should look closer to home for a solution, claiming that people are the chief traffickers. Who are the traffickers? Ask yourselves. Being the African youth, that question, you are unbelievable. Who are the traffickers? They're Africans, my friends. They're Africans. Ask yourselves the question. It's not the French who are the traffickers. It's the Africans. So everyone should understand the responsibility, and we've started to do that, to dismantle them. But stop the argument saying it's someone else. Show me a French, Belgian, German person who carried out trafficking between Nigeria and Libya. This person doesn't exist. Macron added, so these days in Africa, there are Africans who make other African slaves. This is the reality. And there are Europeans who benefit from this misery in Europe. It's unacceptable in both cases. These are crimes. We are fighting both cases. Oh, poor baby. Poor baby is upset. Poor baby is upset. People are asking you difficult questions about something that, let's be honest, you, Britain, and America were responsible for. You decided to attack a country because you wanted the oil reserves of that country. And let's be honest, you wanted the gold of that country. But you understood that your companies were going to be able to get 30% of the contracts, or up to 30% of the oil contracts in that country. So you're okay with that. You thought to yourself, this is a deal that we can make, French, America, and the UK. French, America, and the UK. We can unite our powers, and we can call this kind of international coalition of the people who want to get shit from that country, and we can attack and bomb that country under the pretense. Pretense is important. Gaddafi was going to murder his civilians. He was going to murder people in the country. So we, the superpowers, the Wonder Twins, or the Wonder Triplets, the United States, France, and Britain, were going to kill a lot of people to stop Gaddafi from killing a lot of people. And when Gaddafi was dragged out of his compound and sodomized with a machete, Hillary Clinton giggled like a schoolgirl. And I would imagine somewhere in Macron's small, Grinch-like heart, he did the same thing. Your country raped that country. Let's be very clear on what took place. Your country raped that country. It didn't rape it because it wanted to protect anybody. It raped it because it wanted the oil and gold reserves that was in that country. So let's be very clear in regards to this thing of, I'm going to get angry. I'm going to get angry. It's Africans. It's Africans. You're looking at the end result of a process that started with you, the United States, and Britain attacking a country. Whose fault is it? That's the question that I'm asking. I'm asking this whether it's the UK, whether it's Britain, or it's America. Whose fault is this? They're selling fucking slaves in Africa, and your first thought is they're Africans. I understand they're Africans. Let's put that to the side for a moment. What created the pretext for that to take place? That belongs on your shoulders. That belongs on America's shoulders. And that belongs on the UK shoulders. And it's not for any good or great means, or not even any noble means. In fact, it was the opposite. You wanted to get some kind of economic benefit out of destroying the country. Congratulations. Here's your economic benefit. They're selling slaves in Libya. And your country is in large part responsible for the selling of those slaves in Libya, regardless of whose hand is holding the noose around those people's neck or the chains around those people's necks. You don't have to do fucking disposition or any pretext to get angry because people are asking you questions about what's taking place in Africa. Your country is in large part responsible. Own it. Own it. You got the oil. Own it. Own it. This is the fallout from the shit that you guys do around the world. Our colonial past is horrible, but we're perfectly okay in this day and age in destroying a goddamn country. We want to take something from that country. Understand that that's fundamentally different from colonialism. You can make an argument that it might even be worse. We can steal and take whatever we want, particularly when we act as a coalition, just by saying that that African dictator that everyone thinks is a horrible, disgusting guy is going to murder his people, so we have pretext. We can do whatever we want. You have consequences for that. Welcome to the consequences. You have no standing to get pissed here. If they're going to ask you questions about the failures of France, America, and the UK and going after that country, then they're going to ask you questions about the failure of that country. The last thing you have this, I have standing to be angry. I have standing to be angry. Something has just happened that's ticked off my temper because I don't like what's taking place here. I'm pretty sure that the people who were sold in slave auctions didn't like that either. And I'm pretty sure that when you destroy that country, the innocent civilians that were in that country that didn't do squat to you, that were in no danger from Gaddafi, hated that particular situation also. You standing there taking questions from people, asking you questions about your country in the United States and Britain, destroying Libya. That's the least you can do. That's the least you can do. Getting upset and pitching a fit. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. This is fucking amazing. I mean, your country was put into the same fix that the United States was put into. This Hobbes choice between Le Pen and you. I would imagine that you're not their choice at all. Ultimately, they didn't have a choice. They had a gun to their head with Le Pen and they chose you. You're the, the least worst candidate in France. And you're going around the world in your old colonies, places that you've raped miserably. And on the African continent, you've worked with the United States and UK to destroy a country. And you're getting angry and upset that people are asking you questions about the consequences of your actions. Yeah, you need to calm the fuck down. You need to calm the fuck down. I will leave it at that. I did this story before when he was touring, so I think it was only right to kind of highlight this fact that it's like, this stuns me to some degree. Like, that's a massive amount of narcissism. You've destroyed a country. Hey, we don't like it that you destroyed that country. There are consequences. How dare you? Those are Africans. Those are Africans. We have nothing to do with that. We're French. We have nothing to do with that. Those are Africans. Understand that, but who's flying the planes that destroyed the country? Were those also Africans? Or were those French and American and UK planes? Whose bombs were those? Who destroyed the country? That's the fundamental question. When he had this bitch fit, the last thing somebody should have asked him, like, who destroyed the country and why did you do it? Why did you do it? I'll leave it at that. It's fucking amazing the way these guys eschew blame. The United States does the exact same thing with Iraq. They never bring up the fact that the United States destroyed and obliterated that country. And with a straight face, they would be like, well, I mean, we've done everything that we could for them. We've done everything that we could. You mean after destroying and obliterating the country, you've done everything you could after destroying and obliterating the country? It is a fucking amazing disposition to take. That I can murder and kill and then get indignant about somebody bringing up the fact that, hey, there are consequences to you murdering and killing. I will leave it at that. I don't want to beat a dead horse. The story annoys the fuck out of me. I'll leave it at that. If you enjoy the content, feel free to share, like, subscribe, and of course, you can always support the Patreon. Thanks, guys.